You have spent too much of your beautiful life trying to make people understand what your heart already knows. You have explained your pain, explained your choices, explained your silence, explained your tears, explained why you needed space, explained why you changed, explained why you could not keep living the same way. And still, some people did not hear you. Still, some people turned your truth into an argument. Still, some people wanted more proof, more words, more reasons, more of your energy. But today, my dear, something inside you is ready to stop. Not in anger, not in bitterness, not because you have stopped caring, but because your peace has become too precious to keep handing it to people who do not know how to hold it. There comes a moment in your healing when you realize that not everyone deserves the full story. Not everyone deserves access to your tender places. Not everyone needs to know why you are stepping back, why you are choosing silence, why you are protecting your heart, or why you are no longer available for the same old pain. For so long you may have believed that if you could only explain yourself clearly enough, people would finally understand. You may have thought that if you used the right words, if you sounded calm enough, if you gave enough reasons, if you opened your heart wide enough, then they would finally see you. But love, some people are not listening to understand. Some people are listening only to reply, to judge, to defend themselves, or to pull you back into the version of you that was easier for them to control. And this is where your peace begins to return. Your healing begins the moment you stop trying to win understanding from places that have never offered you safety. You do not have to stand in the middle of your own life like a person on trial. You do not have to present evidence for your feelings. You do not have to prove that you were hurt before you are allowed to heal. You do not have to explain why something no longer feels right for you. Your body knows. Your heart knows. Your spirit knows. And sometimes that must be enough. Maybe you have spent years explaining why you are tired, explaining why certain words hurt you, explaining why you need rest, explaining why you cannot keep showing up in the same way, explaining why your energy has changed, explaining why you are no longer willing to be the one who always bends, always fixes, always smiles, always understands, always carries the emotional weight of everyone around you. And maybe every explanation left you feeling more empty than before. Because the truth is, when you explain yourself to someone who has already decided not to honor you, every word becomes a door back into pain. You are allowed to close that door. You are allowed to choose peace over being understood by everyone. You are allowed to let your life speak through your calm actions instead of endless explanations. You are allowed to say less and mean more. You are allowed to protect the quiet space inside you where healing is finally beginning to grow. There is a soft power in no longer needing every person to agree with your healing. When you are still afraid of being misunderstood, you may over-explain until your mind becomes tired and your heart becomes small. You may say the same thing in many different ways, hoping that this time they will finally hear you. But the more you explain, the more you may begin to doubt yourself. You start asking, maybe I am too sensitive. Maybe I asked for too much. Maybe my feelings are wrong. Maybe I should have stayed quiet. This is how the old pattern keeps you trapped. It makes you seek permission from people who were never meant to be the keepers of your peace. My dear, your peace is not a public meeting. Your healing is not a debate. Your boundaries are not suggestions waiting for approval. Your heart does not need a courtroom. It needs a home. And that home begins within you. Let these words settle gently inside you. I do not need to explain my soul to everyone. I do not need to defend my healing. I do not need to convince anyone that my peace matters. I know what I feel. I know what I need. I am safe to choose myself with love. There is nothing cold about this. There is nothing cruel about this. You can be kind and still be private. You can be loving and still have limits. You can wish people well and still stop giving them access to your nervous system, your thoughts, your pain, your plans, your inner world. Love does not require you to make yourself endlessly available. Peace does not require you to answer every question. Healing does not require you to explain every scar. Some people may call your silence pride. Some may call your boundary distance. Some may say you have changed, as if change is something to be ashamed of. But yes, you have changed. You are supposed to change. You are supposed to grow out of survival. You are supposed to stop shrinking so others can stay comfortable. You are supposed to learn that your life is sacred. You are supposed to become someone who no longer abandons themselves just to be accepted. There was a time when explaining felt like safety. If you could explain enough, maybe no one would leave. If you could explain enough, maybe no one would be angry. If you could explain enough, maybe no one would think badly of you. So your words became a shield. Your mind became busy. Your heart became trained to prepare answers before anyone even asked. You learned to defend your own feelings before you fully felt them. You learned to make your pain sound reasonable so no one would reject it. But now, love, you are entering a different season. You are learning that safety does not come from being perfectly understood. Safety comes from trusting yourself even when others do not. There is a deep peace that arrives when you stop performing your pain. You no longer need to make it sound beautiful. You no longer need to make it acceptable. You no longer need to explain why something broke your heart. It broke your heart. That is enough. You no longer need to explain why you need space. You need space. That is enough. You no longer need to explain why your energy has changed. It has changed. That is enough. The old version of you may feel guilty for this. The old version may want to write a long message, give every detail, soften every sentence, make sure nobody feels uncomfortable. But your healed self will gently place a hand on your heart and say you are allowed to choose peace without making everyone comfortable with your choice. And as you hear this, notice what happens inside you. Maybe part of you feels relief. Maybe part of you feels fear. Maybe part of you wonders, but what if they misunderstand me? What if they think I am wrong? What if they think I do not care? Let that fear come gently, and then let truth answer it. Being misunderstood does not mean you are wrong. Being judged does not mean you are unkind. Being questioned does not mean you need to open yourself again. You can let people have their thoughts without handing them your peace. Your life becomes lighter when you stop explaining what peace already taught you. Some lessons are not meant to be debated. Some decisions are not meant to be reopened. Some chapters are not meant to be defended. You can bless what was, release what hurt, and keep moving toward the life that feels more honest to your soul. I want you to imagine your peace as a small garden inside your heart. For many years, the gate may have been left open. Anyone could walk in with their opinions, their anger, their questions, their demands, their expectations. They could step on the flowers of your calm. They could pull at the roots of your self-trust. They could leave behind the noise of their judgment, and you would spend days cleaning it up inside your own body. But now you are learning to close the gate, not because you hate anyone outside of it, but because you finally understand that a garden must be protected if it is going to bloom. Your peace is that garden. Your silence is the gate. Your boundary is the fence. Your self-love is the soil. And your healing is the flower that is finally ready to rise. So when you feel the old urge to explain, return to this truth. I can be understood by my own heart. I can be guided by my own inner wisdom. I can let my peace be more important than their opinion. I can stop giving long explanations to people who are committed to misunderstanding me. I can choose quiet without guilt. I can protect my peace and still remain loving. There is a kind of healing that only begins when you stop talking to the wrong people about your deepest truth. Not every ear is gentle. Not every heart is open. Not every person can hold what is sacred in you. And that is not a reason to become hard. It is a reason to become wise. You do not have to punish anyone. You do not have to make a scene. You do not have to announce your growth. You can simply become quieter where your soul is not safe, and more open where love is real. When you explain yourself too much, something happens inside your spirit. At first, it may seem like you are trying to create peace. You may think, let me say it better. Let me make it clearer. Let me help them see where I am coming from. But after a while, the explaining becomes a kind of self-abandonment. You leave your own center and move into their reaction. You stop asking, what do I feel? And start asking, how can I make them accept what I feel? You stop resting in your truth and start decorating it so it looks acceptable to someone else. This is why over-explaining is so tiring. It is not only the words that drain you. It is the energy behind the words. It is the silent fear that says, if they do not understand me, I am not safe. If they are upset with me, I have done something wrong. If they judge me, I must defend myself. If they pull away, I must chase them with more reasons. And before you know it, your peace is no longer inside you. It is placed in their hands, waiting for them to approve, waiting for them to soften, waiting for them to say, "Now I understand." But love, your peace cannot live there. Your peace cannot depend on another person's mood, another person's opinion, another person's level of awareness, or another person's ability to see you clearly. Your peace must come back home to you. Think of how your body feels after you have explained yourself again and again. Your chest may feel tight, your throat may feel tired, your stomach may feel heavy, your mind may keep replaying the conversation. Did I say too much? Did I sound wrong? Should I explain again? Should I send another message? Should I make it softer? Should I make it clearer? This is not peace. This is your nervous system asking to be rescued from the habit of proving. You were not created to live in constant defense of your own heart. You were not created to turn every feeling into a case that must be won. You were not created to earn rest by making everyone agree with your pain. You were created to live from love, from truth, from calm, from the deep knowing that your feelings are allowed to exist even when no one claps for them. Over-explaining often begins in places where you did not feel emotionally safe. Maybe when you were younger, your feelings were dismissed. Maybe when you spoke, someone made you feel dramatic. Maybe when you cried, someone told you to stop. Maybe when you said no, someone punished you with silence, anger, or guilt. So you learned to explain before you were blamed. You learned to soften your truth before it was rejected. You learned to make your feelings small enough for others to tolerate. And now, even when no one is forcing you, the old pattern still rises. It says, explain more. Make them understand. Do not let them think badly of you. Do not let them leave. But my dear, you are no longer that helpless version of yourself. You are allowed to grow beyond the patterns that once protected you. What kept you safe then may be stealing your peace now. The long explanation that once helped you survive may now be keeping you tied to fear. You can thank the old pattern for trying to protect you and still choose a new way. A healed heart does not need to shout. A peaceful spirit does not need to argue with every misunderstanding. A grounded person does not need to keep opening the same wound for people who only want to inspect it, not heal it. There are moments when silence protects more than words ever could. There are moments when the most loving thing you can do is step back and let your peace breathe. Over-explaining also teaches others that your boundaries are negotiable. When you say no and then give 10 reasons, some people do not hear your no. They hear an opening. They hear a place to argue. They hear a place to push. They may take each reason and challenge it. They may say, but what about this? Why not that? Are you sure? That does not make sense to me. and then you feel pulled back into defending a decision that was already complete inside you. You are allowed to say no because your heart says no. You are allowed to step away because your body says this is too much. You are allowed to choose rest because your spirit is tired. You are allowed to protect your energy before you are completely empty. You do not have to collapse before your need becomes valid. You do not have to break before your boundary becomes real. The cost of explaining yourself too much is that you begin to lose touch with your own inner voice. You become so focused on how others respond that you forget to listen to the quiet wisdom within you. That wisdom may not speak loudly. It may not come with perfect reasons. It may simply say, "This does not feel right. I need space. I need peace. I am tired. I am done. I am ready for something different." And that is enough. Your inner wisdom does not need to write a long report. It only needs to be honored. There is a sacred difference between healthy communication and over-explaining. Healthy communication is clear. It comes from calm. It gives truth without begging for approval. It says what needs to be said and then rests. Over-explaining comes from fear. It keeps giving more even after enough has been said. It tries to manage how others feel. It tries to control the outcome. It tries to prevent rejection. It tries to earn safety through words. And maybe this is the shift your soul is ready for now. You can communicate with love, but you no longer need to convince. You can be honest, but you no longer need to perform. You can speak clearly, but you no longer need to drain yourself trying to make someone receive what they are not ready to receive. Let this truth wash through you. I am allowed to be clear without being endless. I am allowed to be kind without being available for every argument. I am allowed to say what is true and let it stand. I do not need to chase understanding. I do not need to prove my worth. My peace is allowed to come first. The more you stop over-explaining, the more energy returns to your body. Energy that was once spent defending can now be used for healing. Energy that was spent managing other people's emotions can now be used to care for your own. Energy that was spent rewriting messages, replaying conversations, and worrying about what they think can now return to your dreams, your rest, your creativity, your prayer, your quiet joy. This is what protecting your peace really means. It does not always mean walking away from every conversation. It does not mean becoming silent in a harsh way. It means noticing when your words are no longer serving love. It means noticing when your body is saying enough. It means noticing when a conversation has become a circle instead of a bridge. It means choosing not to keep pouring water into a cup that has already been turned upside down. Some people cannot receive your explanation because receiving it would require them to look at themselves. Some people cannot honor your boundary because your boundary interrupts the role they wanted you to keep playing. Some people cannot understand your healing because your healing no longer serves their comfort. This does not mean you must fight them. It means you must stop abandoning yourself for them. For many years, you may have confused peace with everyone being pleased with you. If they were calm, you felt calm. If they were upset, you felt responsible. If they were distant, you felt unsafe. If they questioned you, you felt the need to explain. But real peace is not the absence of other people's reactions. Real peace is the presence of self-trust. Real peace says, they may not understand, and I can still be okay. They may not agree, and I can still stay rooted. They may not like my boundary, and I can still honor it. They may tell a different story, and I can still know my truth. This is freedom. Not the freedom of being liked by everyone, not the freedom of being perfectly understood, but the freedom of no longer handing your emotional balance to people who are not living inside your heart. Maybe you are afraid that if you stop explaining, you will seem unkind. But there is nothing unkind about not giving endless access to your energy. You can answer with grace. You can speak with respect. You can keep your heart soft. And still, you can stop where peace tells you to stop. Kindness does not require you to repeat yourself until you are empty. Love does not require you to stay in conversations that harm you. Compassion does not require you to make yourself available for every misunderstanding. Your healing asks for a new kind of loyalty. Loyalty to your inner calm. Loyalty to your body when it says it is tired. Loyalty to your heart when it says this is not safe. Loyalty to your spirit when it says, choose peace now. This loyalty may feel unfamiliar if you have spent your life being loyal to other people's comfort, but little by little it will begin to feel like home. There will be moments when the old habit returns. You may feel the need to explain yourself again. You may want to send more words, add more reasons, soften the truth, make sure they are not upset. In those moments, do not criticize yourself. Simply notice. The old pattern is asking for attention. The old fear is asking to be loved. You can place tenderness around it and choose differently. You can say inside yourself, I know why I want to explain. I know I am trying to feel safe, but I am safe with myself now. I can let this be enough. This is how healing happens. Not through force, not through anger at yourself, not through sudden perfection. Healing happens when you notice the old door and choose not to walk through it again. Healing happens when you honor your peace in the small moments. Healing happens when you stop making your truth smaller just to avoid someone else's discomfort. You are not here to be endlessly available. You are here to be alive. You are here to love, to grow, to rest, to create, to heal, to receive, to become. And to become, you must stop spending your sacred energy trying to explain your becoming to everyone who only knew the old you. Your truth is still your truth, even when someone does not understand it. Your pain is still real even when someone questions it. Your boundary is still valid even when someone dislikes it. Your healing is still sacred even when someone cannot see why you needed to change. This is one of the deepest lessons of peace. The truth inside you does not become true only after another person agrees with it. It is already true because you have lived it, felt it, carried it, and learned from it. For a long time, you may have looked outside yourself for confirmation. You may have waited for someone to say, yes, you were hurt. Yes, you were right to step away. Yes, you are allowed to rest. Yes, your feelings make sense. And while it can be beautiful to be understood by a loving heart, it is painful when your whole peace depends on receiving that understanding from people who are not able to give it. When they withhold it, you begin to feel lost. When they deny it, you begin to doubt yourself. When they twist it, you begin to question what you know. But the healing path brings you back to your own inner knowing. It teaches you to say, I do not need everyone to validate what my soul already knows. I can trust what I felt. I can trust what I learned. I can trust the quiet voice inside me. I can trust my need for peace. This does not mean you will never listen to others. It does not mean you close your heart to growth. It does not mean you become stubborn or hard. It means you stop giving everyone the power to define your reality. You can listen with humility, but you do not have to surrender your inner truth to every opinion. You can learn from others, but you do not have to let them rewrite your heart. You can be open, but still rooted. Some people will only understand the version of you that served them. They understood the version that said yes when you wanted to say no. They understood the version that stayed quiet when something hurt. They understood the version that carried too much and called it love. They understood the version that explained, apologized, softened, adjusted, and made room for everyone except yourself. So when you begin to protect your peace, they may say you have changed. They may say you are distant. They may say you think you are better. They may say you are being selfish. But often, what they are really saying is, you are no longer playing the role I expected you to play. Let that be okay. Let them need time. Let them have their feelings. Let them misunderstand if they must. You do not have to return to self-abandonment to prove that you are loving. Your truth does not need to be loud to be real. It can be quiet. It can be steady. It can live in the way you no longer answer every question. It can live in the way you choose rest. It can live in the way you stop reopening old wounds. It can live in the way you place your peace before the need to be liked. Sometimes the strongest truth is not the one you shout. It is the one you quietly live. Think of a tree standing in the wind. The tree does not explain why it is rooted where it is. It does not defend its branches. It does not argue with the weather. It simply stands. It bends when it must, but it does not become the wind. It remains connected to the earth beneath it. This is what your truth can become inside you. Rooted, quiet, strong, alive. You can let opinions move around you without letting them pull you out of yourself. Maybe your heart has been waiting for permission to stop explaining. So let this section be the permission you give yourself. You are allowed to keep some things between you and your soul. You are allowed to let your healing be private. You are allowed to choose who gets access to your deeper feelings. You are allowed to stop making announcements about every change in your life. You are allowed to move differently without giving a speech about it. There is so much peace in privacy. Not secrecy from fear, but privacy from wisdom. A seed grows in the dark before it breaks through the soil. It does not explain itself while it is becoming. It does not ask the world for approval before it roots. It simply receives what it needs and grows in its own time. Your healing can be like that. Quiet, protected, unseen for a while, sacred before it is visible. When you stop asking everyone to approve your truth, you begin to hear yourself more clearly. The noise settles, the mind rests, the heart opens. You begin to notice what feels peaceful and what feels heavy. You begin to notice who honors your calm and who feeds on your explanations. You begin to notice where your energy expands and where it shrinks. This noticing is wisdom. This noticing is your inner guidance speaking. For many people, the need for approval is connected to the fear of rejection. If they do not approve of me, they may leave. If they do not understand me, they may judge me. If they think I am wrong, I may lose love. But my dear, love that requires you to betray yourself is not the love your soul is asking for. Real love can listen. Real love can respect a boundary. Real love does not need full control over your inner world. Real love does not punish you for having a truth of your own. And the first real love you are learning to return to is the love within yourself. The love that says, I believe you, I hear you, I will not make you explain your pain again and again. I will not abandon you to keep the peace outside while war continues inside. I will stand with you. I will protect you. I will help you heal. Can you feel the tenderness of that? To become your own safe place. To stop looking into every face for permission to feel what you feel. To stop asking the world to approve what your body already knows. To stop turning your healing into a public performance. This is not isolation. This is inner union. This is you returning to yourself. There may be people who truly want to understand you. With them, your heart may feel relaxed. Your words may flow without fear. You may not feel the need to defend every sentence. You may not feel small after speaking. These are safe places. Honor them. Receive them. Let them remind you that healthy connection does not require you to bleed just to be believed. But there may also be people who make you feel like you must build a perfect case before they will show basic respect. With them, your body may tighten before the conversation even begins. Your mind may prepare long explanations. Your heart may feel tired. Your spirit may whisper, "Please, not again." Listen to that whisper. It is not weakness. It is wisdom. It is the part of you that is trying to protect your peace. Your truth can be simple. This does not feel right for me. I need space. I am choosing peace. I am not available for this conversation. I have decided to move differently. I am listening to my heart. I do not need to discuss this further. These simple truths do not need to be wrapped in fear. They can stand on their own. And even when you do not say them out loud, you can live them. You can stop replying to energy that pulls you back into chaos. You can stop explaining your calm to people who prefer your confusion. You can stop giving emotional details to those who use them against you. You can stop making your heart easy to enter for those who never remove their shoes before stepping inside. Let your truth become a quiet home within you, a place where you can sit and know, a place where you can breathe and trust, a place where you can say, even if no one understands this season, I will not abandon myself in it. Even if they question my healing, I will continue to heal. Even if they do not approve of my peace, I will protect it. The more you trust your truth, the less you need to control how others see it. This is a beautiful freedom. You stop trying to manage the story in every mind. You stop chasing every rumor, every opinion, every misunderstanding. You begin to understand that people will see through the level of their own healing. Some will see your boundary as rejection because they have not learned respect. Some will see your silence as pride because they have not learned peace. Some will see your growth as distance because they have not learned how to love a person who is no longer available for old patterns. Let them see what they can see. You keep becoming. This does not mean you do not care. It means you care without losing yourself. It means you love without handing over your center. It means you remain open to real connection, but closed to emotional chaos. It means you are no longer willing to trade your peace for approval. Let these affirmations move through this part of your heart. My truth is safe with me. My peace does not need permission. I do not need to be understood by everyone to honor myself. I can be gentle and still be firm. I can be loving and still be clear. I trust the quiet knowing within me. I release the need to defend what my soul has already chosen. As you continue on this path, you may notice that your words become fewer, but your presence becomes stronger. You may notice that you no longer rush to correct every misunderstanding. You may notice that you do not feel the same pull toward old arguments. You may notice that your body feels calmer when you choose not to enter every emotional storm. This is healing. This is peace becoming real in your daily life. You are not becoming distant. You are becoming discerning. You are not becoming cold. You are becoming clear. You are not shutting your heart. You are learning where your heart is safe to open. You are not losing love. You are making space for love that does not require you to disappear. There is a version of you that no longer begs to be chosen, no longer begs to be understood, no longer begs to be treated with care. That version is not angry. That version is peaceful. That version has finally learned that what is meant for your spirit will not require you to abandon your spirit. What is healthy for you will not demand that you live in constant defense. What is loving will not make peace feel impossible. So today, let your truth rest inside you without needing to be placed in every hand. Let your healing grow without needing to be explained to every person. Let your silence become warm, not cold. Let your boundary become clean, not harsh. Let your peace become the proof that something inside you has changed. You do not need to convince the world that your peace matters. You need to live like it matters. You do not need to explain every step of your healing. You need to keep walking it. You do not need to make everyone understand why you are choosing yourself. You need to choose yourself with enough love that their misunderstanding no longer pulls you away from your own heart. There is a tender moment in healing when you finally understand that not every person is ready to hear your heart. You may speak with kindness. You may choose your words carefully. You may open yourself with honesty. You may explain with love, with patience, with softness, and still the other person may not receive you. Not because your truth is wrong, not because your words are poor, not because your heart is confused, but because some people are not standing in a place where they can truly listen. They hear through their own fear. They hear through their own pride. They hear through the story they already decided about you. And when a person is not willing to listen, more words will not create peace. More words will only drain the peace you already have. My dear, you have to know the difference between a conversation and a cycle. A conversation brings understanding. A cycle brings exhaustion. A conversation has space for both hearts. A cycle only pulls you back into the same old pain. A conversation feels honest, even when it is hard. A cycle feels like walking in circles with a heavy heart, saying the same thing in many different ways, hoping this time it will finally be received. But some people do not want the truth. They want the version of the truth that keeps them comfortable. And when you keep offering your peace to people who do not listen, you begin to lose the quiet voice inside you that was trying to protect you all along. There are people who ask for explanations, not because they want to understand, but because they want another chance to challenge your boundary. They ask why, and when you answer, they question your answer. They ask what happened, and when you share, they turn it back on you. They ask what you need, and when you tell them, they make you feel guilty for needing it. This is not loving communication. This is emotional pulling. This is the old pattern trying to keep you attached to confusion. And when you are healing, you must become very honest with yourself about which conversations bring peace and which conversations take peace away. You are allowed to stop giving your deepest truth to people who only use it to argue with you. You are allowed to stop handing your softest places to people who do not hold them with care. You are allowed to stop explaining your pain to people who keep making you feel guilty for having pain. You are allowed to protect the part of you that is finally learning how to feel safe. This does not mean you become unkind. It does not mean you become hard. It does not mean you punish people with silence. It means you begin to honor the sacred energy within you. It means you no longer confuse access with love. It means you stop thinking that everyone who asks a question deserves the full answer. Some answers belong only to your heart. Some feelings belong only to your healing. Some decisions belong only between you and life. When you keep trying to explain yourself to someone who does not listen, your body knows. Your chest tightens before the conversation even begins. Your mind starts planning what to say. Your stomach feels heavy. Your throat feels blocked. You may feel tired before you have spoken a single word. That is not random. That is your body remembering the cost of being unheard. That is your spirit saying, please choose peace this time. Please do not take us back into a place where we must beg to be respected. Listen to that quiet signal. Your body is not working against you. It is trying to guide you home. When your peace leaves every time you speak to someone, that is information. When your heart feels smaller after trying to explain, that is information. When you feel like you must overthink every word so it cannot be twisted, that is information. When you must become less of yourself in order to be accepted, that is information. And healing means you begin to trust this information instead of ignoring it. There is a kind of pain that comes from being unheard for too long. It makes you feel invisible. It makes you wonder if your feelings matter. It makes you speak louder, then softer, then longer, then more carefully. It makes you try every version of yourself just to be received. But love, the answer is not to become better at explaining. The answer is to stop offering your peace where there is no room for it. Some people are not listening to the words you say. They are listening for the part they can use to defend themselves. Some people are not trying to meet you in truth. They are trying to win. Some people are not asking for clarity. They are asking for control. And when you realize this, you do not have to become angry. You simply become free. You stop placing your heart in the middle of the same old storm and expecting it not to get wet. Let your peace become more important than the need to finish every conversation. Your peace become more important than proving your point. Let your peace become more important than having the last word. There is a deep strength in saying, I have said enough. There is wisdom in knowing when more words will not create more healing. There is love in choosing not to keep hurting yourself in the name of being understood. You can be clear without being endless. You can be honest without giving every detail. You can be respectful without being available for emotional chaos. You can say, "This is what I need," and let that be complete. You can say, "I am choosing peace," and let that stand. You can say, "I am not going to discuss this further," and still remain loving. Your tone can be soft while your boundary is strong. Your heart can be kind while your door is closed. For so long, you may have believed that peace meant fixing every misunderstanding. But peace does not always come from fixing. Sometimes peace comes from no longer entering the place where misunderstanding keeps repeating. Sometimes peace comes from accepting that someone may never see it your way. Sometimes peace comes from letting the conversation end inside you, even if the other person still wants to continue it outside you. You do not need to attend every argument you are invited to. You do not need to answer every accusation. You do not need to defend every choice. You do not need to explain every change in your heart. You do not need to keep proving that you are good, kind, loving, loyal, or worthy. The people who are meant to walk with your healing will not require you to destroy your peace to prove your heart. There is a quiet dignity in stepping back. There is grace in no longer feeding what harms you. There is wisdom in not placing your truth where it will be used against you. When you stop giving your peace to people who do not listen, you are not closing your heart to life. You are opening your heart to the kind of life that can finally hold you with tenderness. Imagine your peace as a warm light inside your chest. Every time you over-explain to someone who does not listen, it is as if you hand them that light and wait for them to return it. But they may not know how. They may drop it. They may cover it with their own fear. They may tell you the light is too bright, too much, too different. And then you feel empty because you gave away what was meant to stay within you. Healing is the moment you stop handing over the light. You keep it close. You let it warm your own heart first. You let it guide your own steps first. You are allowed to keep your peace inside your own body. You are allowed to keep your energy clean. You are allowed to step away from words that feel like thorns. You are allowed to remove yourself from conversations that keep reopening what you are trying to heal. You are allowed to protect the soft place in you that still believes in love. Some people may not understand your quiet. They may say you are avoiding. They may say you are different. They may say you are no longer the same. And maybe they are right. You are no longer the same. You are no longer as available for confusion. You are no longer as willing to explain your wounds to those who keep touching them without care. You are no longer willing to give your peace away just to keep a false sense of connection alive. This is a holy change. This is the change that happens when you finally choose yourself with love. You stop asking, how do I make them understand me? And you begin asking, how do I stay true to myself? You stop asking, how do I keep them calm? And you begin asking, how do I keep my heart safe? You stop asking, what will they think? And you begin asking, what does my spirit know? This is not selfish. This is self-respect. And self-respect is one of the doors healing uses to enter your life. There may still be moments when you feel the pull to explain. You may feel it in your fingers as you want to type another message. You may feel it in your throat as you want to say more. You may feel it in your mind as it creates long speeches to defend your heart. When this happens, be gentle with yourself. Do not turn the old habit into another reason to criticize yourself. Simply notice the pull and bring your energy back. Ask yourself, will this bring peace or will this pull me away from peace? Will this open a door to understanding or will this reopen a wound? Will this honor my healing or will this make me abandon myself again? And then choose from the calmest place you can reach. Sometimes the loving answer is a few clear words. Sometimes the loving answer is space. Sometimes the loving answer is no answer at all. You do not have to make your choice look right to everyone. You only have to make sure it feels honest to your soul. Your peace is not fragile when it is protected. It becomes stronger. It becomes a place you can return to again and again. It becomes the voice that says, I will not leave myself to be understood. I will not give my calm to people who do not value it. I will not make my healing smaller to make others comfortable. I can love people from a distance. I can forgive without returning to the same pattern. I can be kind without being open to every conversation. Let this truth become steady within you. I am allowed to stop explaining where I am not being heard. I am allowed to protect my peace without guilt. I am allowed to honor my body when it says enough. I am allowed to keep my heart safe. I can choose quiet and still choose love. I can step back and still wish others well. I can stop giving my energy to old cycles. My peace belongs with me. As you live this truth, you may notice your life becoming softer. Your mind may have more room. Your body may feel less tense. Your sleep may feel deeper. Your heart may feel less crowded. Because every time you stop entering a draining conversation, you create space for healing. Every time you stop explaining to someone who does not listen, you return a piece of yourself back to your own care. Every time you choose peace over proving, you teach your whole being that it is safe to belong to itself. And that, my dear, is where the healing deepens. Not when everyone finally understands you, not when every person agrees with your choices, not when the whole world approves of your boundaries. Healing deepens when you understand yourself, when you agree to protect yourself, when you approve of the peace your soul is asking for. There is a silence that is not empty. There is a silence that is full of wisdom. It is the silence that comes when you no longer need to defend what your soul already knows. It is the silence that comes when your heart is tired of being pulled into the same pain. It is the silence that comes when you choose peace instead of another round of explaining. This kind of silence is not weakness. It is not fear. It is not defeat. It is a sacred space where healing can finally breathe. For many people, silence feels uncomfortable at first, especially if you have lived your life trying to make everyone okay. You may feel guilty when you do not answer. You may feel restless when you do not explain. You may feel afraid that silence will make people think the wrong thing about you. But love, people can think the wrong thing even when you explain everything. People can misunderstand a long message as easily as they can misunderstand your quiet. So the question is not, how do I make sure no one misunderstands me? The question is, how do I remain peaceful even if they do? Your silence can be a soft home for your nervous system. It gives your mind a chance to settle. It gives your body a chance to release the tension of defending. It gives your heart a chance to hear its own rhythm again. When you stop filling every space with explanation, you begin to notice what is happening inside you. You hear the small voice that says, "I am tired." You hear the deeper voice that says, "I need care." You hear the wise voice that says, "This is not where my energy belongs anymore." Silence lets the truth rise without being pushed. When the mind is busy defending, it cannot hear the soul. When the mouth is always explaining, the heart has no room to speak. But when you choose quiet, something begins to soften. You stop reacting from the wound. You stop trying to control the outcome. You stop giving your energy to the noise outside you. And slowly, the truth becomes clear. Not the truth you must prove, but the truth you can live. There are times when speaking is healing. There are times when honest words open doors. There are times when loving communication brings two hearts closer. But there are also times when silence is the medicine. Silence can protect you from saying things from pain. Silence can keep you from entering a conversation that only repeats harm. Silence can give you time to return to your center before you decide what is truly needed. Silence can remind you that you do not have to answer from pain. Saying, you can respond from peace, or you can choose not to respond at all. My dear, do not confuse silence with holding pain inside. Sacred silence is not swallowing your truth and pretending nothing happened. Sacred silence is choosing where your truth belongs. It is saying, my heart is too valuable to keep placing it where it is not honored. It is saying, I will not use my words to beg for respect. It is saying, I will bring my truth first to my own spirit, to my own healing, to the loving spaces that can actually hold it. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can say is nothing. Not because you have no truth, but because your truth has become too sacred to throw into every room. Not because you have no feelings, but because your feelings deserve more than being turned into an argument. Not because you are weak, but because you are finally strong enough to stop feeding what weakens you. This kind of silence has warmth in it. It is not the cold silence of punishment. It is the gentle silence of self-protection. It does not say, I hate you. It says, I am caring for myself. It does not say, you are nothing to me. It says, my peace matters to me. It does not say, I have no love. It says, love must include me too. There is a great difference between silence used to hurt and silence used to heal. Silence used to hurt is heavy, sharp, and full of revenge. Silence used to heal is clean, quiet, and full of self-respect. It does not wish harm. It simply stops participating in harm. It does not close the heart forever. It protects the heart until it feels safe. It does not need to announce itself. It simply becomes the boundary. When you choose sacred silence, old fear may rise. The old fear may say, you are being rude. You are being selfish. You need to explain. You need to fix this. You need to make sure they are not upset. But your deeper wisdom will answer, I can be loving without losing myself. I can care without carrying everything. I can allow others to have their feelings without making myself responsible for them. I can let silence hold what words no longer need to carry. Silence gives you back to yourself. It brings your scattered energy home. Every explanation you almost gave, every argument you almost entered, every message you almost sent from fear becomes energy that returns to your healing. That energy can become rest. It can become prayer. It can become creativity. It can become peace in your body. It can become space to hear life guiding you forward. Think of a lake after a storm. When the wind is strong, the surface is wild. You cannot see clearly through the water. Everything is moving, broken, restless. But when the wind settles, the lake becomes still again. And in that stillness, it reflects the sky. Your heart is like that lake. When you keep explaining, defending, and reacting, the surface stays stirred. But when you allow silence, your heart begins to settle. And in that stillness, you begin to see clearly again. This is why silence can heal. It stops the storm from being fed. It allows the waters inside you to become calm. It lets your spirit reflect truth again. There may be people who are uncomfortable with your silence because they were used to your over-explaining. They were used to your quick replies. They were used to your long apologies. They were used to your need to make everything okay. So when you become quiet, they may not know what to do. They may push harder. They may ask more. They may try to pull you back into the pattern. But you do not have to return to a role just because someone misses the benefits of your old self-abandonment. Your silence may be the first sign that you are no longer living from fear. It may be the first sign that you have stopped handing your piece to the loudest voice in the room. It may be the first sign that you are beginning to trust your own heart more than the need to be accepted. This is not a small thing. This is a deep spiritual shift. There is healing in the space between what happens and how you answer. There is healing in letting yourself feel before you speak. There is healing in not rushing to fix every reaction. There is healing in letting the body calm before the mouth opens. There is healing in choosing words from love instead of fear. And sometimes, after you have returned to yourself, you may find that no words are needed at all. Let your silence become a place of return. When you feel pulled into old explaining, come back to quiet. When your mind begins to build long defenses, come back to quiet. When someone misunderstands you and your body wants to rush forward to fix their view, come back to quiet. Not forever, not as a rule, but long enough to ask, what does peace need from me now? Your silence can say, I am listening to myself. Your silence can say, I am not ready to speak from calm yet. Your silence can say, this conversation is not safe for my heart. Your silence can say, I have already said what needed to be said. Your silence can say, I release the need to be understood by everyone. Your silence can say, my healing is more important than this cycle. And when you choose silence with love, you begin to feel your power returning. Not the power to control others, not the power to make everyone agree, but the power to stay connected to yourself, the power to not be pulled by every emotional wave, the power to let others think what they think while you remain rooted in what you know, the power to stop turning your heart into a place where everyone else gets to leave their confusion. There is no need to explain every silence. There is no need to announce every boundary. There is no need to make a speech about every step back. Sometimes you can simply step back. Sometimes you can simply answer less. Sometimes you can simply choose rest. Sometimes you can simply let the door close softly and walk toward the place where your spirit can breathe. This is sacred because your energy is sacred. Your attention is sacred. Your peace is sacred. Your healing is sacred. The time you spend defending yourself is time taken from the life that is waiting for you. The energy you spend trying to convince someone who does not listen is energy taken from your own becoming. The love you keep pouring into places that cannot receive it is love that your own heart is still waiting to feel. So let your silence become kind. Let it become steady. Let it become peaceful. Let it become a warm room inside you where your nervous system can rest. Let it become a soft hand over your own heart saying, we do not have to go there again. We do not have to prove this. We do not have to open this wound. We can choose peace now. You are allowed to be quiet without being guilty. You are allowed to take space without being cruel. You are allowed to not reply right away. You are allowed to let your heart settle. You are allowed to not explain every feeling. You are allowed to let some people misunderstand you while you stay loyal to your own healing. Let these words live inside you. My silence is allowed to protect me. My quiet is not weakness. My peace is sacred. I do not need to explain every part of myself. I can rest in what I know. I can choose calm over conflict. I can let silence hold what words no longer need to carry. The more you practice this, the more natural it becomes. At first, the silence may feel strange. It may feel like you are doing something wrong. But slowly, your body will begin to understand. Slowly, your heart will begin to trust you. Slowly, the part of you that used to panic when others were displeased will begin to soften. It will learn that you can survive being misunderstood. You can survive not answering every question. You can survive someone not approving. And not only survive love, you can heal. There is a peaceful life on the other side of always explaining. A life where your words are chosen, not forced. A life where your silence is not fear, but wisdom. A life where your peace is not always leaving your body to go manage someone else's feelings. A life where you belong to yourself first. And in that life, your healing becomes deeper. Your heart becomes calmer. Your spirit becomes clearer. Because the space that used to be filled with defense is now filled with self-trust. The space that used to be filled with fear is now filled with love. The space that used to be filled with noise is now filled with peace. If you feel a strong need to explain yourself to everyone, do not judge that part of you. Do not speak harshly to it. Do not call it weak. That part of you was trying to stay safe. That part of you may have learned long ago that being misunderstood was dangerous. It may have learned that if someone was upset, love could be taken away. It may have learned that if you did not explain quickly, you would be blamed. It may have learned that your feelings were not accepted unless they came with enough reasons. So now, even when you are grown, even when you are trying to heal, that old part still rises and says, explain, explain, explain. Make them understand so we can feel safe again. My dear, this is why healing must be gentle. You cannot shame yourself into peace. You cannot criticize yourself into self-trust. You cannot punish the wounded part of you for doing what it once needed to do. You can only hold it with love and show it that life is different now. You can say to yourself, I understand why I learned this. I understand why I wanted approval. I understand why I feared rejection. But I do not have to live from that fear anymore. The need to explain often begins when a person has spent too much time feeling unseen. Maybe your feelings were questioned. Maybe your truth was dismissed. Maybe you were told you were too sensitive, too emotional, too much, too quiet, too distant, too difficult. Maybe you learned that to be loved, you had to make your inner world easy for others to accept. So you became very careful. You learned to explain your tone, your face, your choices, your needs, your pain. You learned to make sure no one could accuse you of being wrong. And little by little you began living as if your own heart needed permission to exist. But your heart does not need permission to exist. Your feelings do not need to pass a test. Your need for peace does not need to be approved. Your boundaries do not need to sound perfect to be valid. You are allowed to feel what you feel before you know how to explain it. You are allowed to need what you need before others understand it. You are allowed to protect yourself even if someone calls it unnecessary. Old wounds often create a deep fear of being misread. You may fear that if someone gets the wrong idea about you, you must correct it right away. You may fear that if someone thinks you are selfish, you must prove you are not. You may fear that if someone feels hurt by your boundary, you must soften it until they feel better. But healing teaches you something new. You are not responsible for controlling every image of you in every mind. You are not responsible for making sure nobody ever feels disappointed by your truth. You are not responsible for abandoning yourself so others can keep the same idea of you. There is a younger part of you that may still believe love must be earned through explanation. Speak kindly to that part. Tell it, we are safe now. We do not have to beg to be heard. We do not have to explain until we disappear. We do not have to make everyone comfortable. We are allowed to have a voice. We are allowed to have space. We are allowed to choose peace. This is how you begin to heal the wound beneath the habit. You do not only stop explaining on the outside, you comfort the fear on the inside. Because if you only force yourself to be quiet while your inner world is still afraid, the silence may feel heavy. But when you bring love to the old wound, silence begins to feel safe. Boundaries begin to feel natural. Peace begins to feel possible. Think of the old wound like a small child standing at a door, afraid that if the door closes, love will never return. That child wants to keep talking, keep explaining, keep pleasing, keep proving. not because it enjoys the pain, but because it is afraid of being left. Your healing self must not push that child away. Your healing self must kneel down inside your own heart and say, I will not leave you. Even if they misunderstand us, I will stay. Even if they are upset, I will stay. Even if they do not approve, I will stay. You are safe with me. That is the love you were waiting for. Not the love that comes only when everyone outside you is pleased, but the love that remains when someone is displeased and you still do not abandon yourself. The love that stays when you are misunderstood. The love that holds you when you choose a boundary. The love that reminds you your worth has not changed because someone did not understand your heart. Many people over-explain because they are trying to prevent conflict. They believe if they can say it the right way, no one will be upset. But peace is not the same as avoiding every conflict. Sometimes peace means allowing a little discomfort outside you, so truth can remain alive inside you. Sometimes peace means letting someone be unhappy with your boundary without rushing to remove the boundary. Sometimes peace means not making yourself responsible for emotions that do not belong to you. This can feel new and strange, especially if you were praised for being easy, agreeable, helpful, forgiving, understanding, and always available. You may have built an identity around not causing problems. But what if the problem was never your need? What if the problem was the belief that you were not allowed to have needs? What if the problem was not your boundary, but the years you spent without one? What if healing now means allowing yourself to be honest, even when honesty changes how others see you? Your old wounds may tell you that choosing peace will make you lose love. But the truth is, what you lose when you choose peace is not real love. You may lose access to old patterns. You may lose the approval of people who benefited from your silence. You may lose the false comfort of being needed by everyone. But you will gain yourself. You will gain rest. You will gain clarity. You will gain the ability to hear your own heart again. And that is a sacred gain. Let your healing be kind to the part of you that is still learning. You do not have to become perfectly quiet overnight. You do not have to get every boundary right. You do not have to suddenly become fearless. You are allowed to grow gently. You are allowed to notice after the conversation, I gave too much of myself there. You are allowed to learn from that without shame. You are allowed to choose differently next time. Healing is not a test you pass. It is a relationship you build with yourself. Every time you stop and ask, am I explaining from peace or from fear, you are healing. Every time you choose fewer words because your body feels tired, you are healing. Every time you let someone misunderstand you without chasing them for approval, you are healing. Every time you bring your energy back to yourself, you are healing. Every time you tell the younger part of you, we are safe now, you are healing. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be understood. It is a human longing. We all want to be seen clearly. We all want our hearts to be held with care. But you must learn the difference between sharing with someone who can meet you and pleading with someone who refuses to see you. One brings connection, the other brings pain. One feels honest, the other feels like begging. One leaves you feeling open, the other leaves you feeling empty. Choose the spaces where your truth can breathe. Choose the people who do not make you prove your humanity. Choose the conversations where your nervous system does not have to fight for safety. Choose the relationships where your no is respected, your feelings are not mocked, and your peace is not treated like a problem. These are not too much to ask for. These are the basics of love. And until those spaces are present, be that space for yourself. Let your own heart become the first place where your truth is believed. Let your own body become the first place where your boundary is honored. Let your own voice become the first voice that says, I understand. I believe you. I will protect you. I will not make you explain your pain again and again. The wound that taught you to over-explain can be healed by self-trust. Every time you trust yourself, the wound softens. Every time you honor your peace, the wound learns a new truth. Every time you stop defending your heart to someone who does not listen, the wound begins to understand that safety is no longer outside your body. Safety is becoming something you carry within. Let these words become a gentle truth inside you. I honor the part of me that wanted to be understood. I forgive myself for over-explaining when I was afraid. I release the need to prove my heart. I am safe even when others do not agree. I am safe even when my boundary disappoints someone. I am safe even when I am misunderstood. I return to myself with love. There is no need to be angry at the old version of you. That version helped you survive. That version tried so hard to keep love close. That version did the best it could with what it knew. But now you know something deeper. You know that love which requires constant self-defense is not peace. You know that being understood by yourself is more healing than being approved by everyone. You know that your energy is sacred. You know that your body deserves calm. You know that your heart deserves protection. So bless the old pattern and let it go little by little. Bless the part of you that explained too much. Bless the part that apologized too often. Bless the part that carried guilt that was never yours. Bless the part that believed peace meant pleasing everyone. Bless it all, and then gently choose again. You are not that old wound. You are the awareness that can heal it. You are not the fear of being misunderstood. You are the love that can hold yourself through it. You are not the habit of over-explaining. You are the spirit learning to speak with peace and rest in silence when silence is wiser. From this moment forward, you can begin to build a new inner home, a home where your feelings are welcome, a home where your needs are not treated like trouble, a home where your boundaries are not questioned by your own heart, A home where you do not have to give a long speech to deserve rest. A home where peace is not something you earn by pleasing others, but something you protect because you finally know it is sacred. And as this new home forms within you, you will feel the change. You will speak with more calm. You will answer with more clarity. You will leave some things unsaid without feeling empty. You will stop entering old cycles with the same urgency. You will stop trying to make every person see your heart. You will begin to understand that those who are meant to know you deeply will not require you to bleed your truth into their hands before they treat you with care. Your healing is not loud, but it is powerful. It is in the moment you choose not to explain from fear. It is in the moment you place your hand on your heart and trust what you feel. It is in the moment you let someone be wrong about you while you remain right with yourself. It is in the moment you stop chasing approval and return to peace. This is how old wounds lose their power. Not because the past never happened, not because the pain was not real, but because you no longer let the past decide how much of yourself you must give away today. You are here now. You are learning now. You are choosing now. And now is where your power lives. There is a quiet space inside you that knows the truth before your mouth tries to explain it. It is the space beneath the fear, beneath the need to be accepted, beneath the rush to answer, beneath the old habit of trying to make everything okay. This space is calm. This space is wise. This space does not panic when someone misunderstands you. It does not chase approval. It does not beg to be believed. It simply knows. And my dear, the more you heal, the more you learn to return to that space before you respond to the world. So much pain begins when you answer from fear instead of peace. Someone questions you and the old pattern rises. Someone judges you and your mind begins to race. Someone misunderstands you and your body feels the urge to defend, explain, correct, fix, soften, prove, and make them see. But when you respond from that place, you are not speaking from your true self. You are speaking from the wound that is afraid of being rejected. You are speaking from the part of you that still believes peace depends on another person's fall. You are allowed to slow down inside. You are allowed to let your heart settle before you speak. You are allowed to not answer from panic. You are allowed to let the first wave of emotion pass through you without turning it into words. Not every feeling needs to become a message. Not every hurt needs to become an explanation. Not every misunderstanding needs your immediate energy. Sometimes the most healing thing you can do is return to yourself before you return to the conversation. Coming back to yourself means asking, what is true for me right now? Not what will make them happy. Not what will make them stop questioning me. Not what will make me look good. Not what will protect me from being judged. But what is true for me? What does my body feel? What does my heart need? What would peace choose here? What would love for myself look like in this moment? These questions are simple, but they carry power. They bring your energy back from the other person and place it gently inside your own heart again. They remind you that you do not have to run after every reaction. You do not have to live outside yourself, trying to manage the thoughts and feelings of everyone around you. You can stand within your own life and choose from there. When you come back to yourself, your words change. They become fewer but stronger, softer but clearer. You do not feel the need to fill every silence. You do not feel the need to decorate your boundary with long reasons. You do not feel the need to apologize for having needs. You speak from calm, and calm does not need to shout. Calm does not need to prove. Calm knows that truth can stand without being dressed in fear. Maybe someone asks why you are stepping back. The old you may want to explain every detail, every hurt, every moment that led you here. But the healed part of you may simply say, I need peace right now. Maybe someone asks why you are no longer available in the same way. The old you may want to make sure they do not feel rejected. But the healed part may say, I am choosing what feels healthy for me. Maybe someone pushes for more, and the old you may feel guilty. But the healed part of you may say, I have shared what I can, and I am not going to discuss this further. There is beauty in this kind of clarity. It is not cold. It is not harsh. It is not careless. It is clean. It does not carry the heavy energy of fear. It does not try to control another person's response. It simply honors what is true and lets the truth stand. Coming back to yourself also means noticing when no response is needed. This can be one of the hardest lessons for a tender heart. You may feel that silence will make you look wrong. You may feel that not answering means you have lost. You may feel that if you do not explain, the other person gets to decide the story. But love, people will create stories with or without your explanation. You cannot spend your life chasing every false picture of you. You cannot keep entering every room where your name is spoken with misunderstanding. You cannot heal while trying to control every version of yourself that lives in other people's minds. Let them have their version if they must. You keep your peace. Let them think what they think if they are not willing to know the truth with love. You keep your center. Let them speak from their level of understanding. You keep walking with your own heart. You do not have to correct every shadow. You only have to stay close to your own light. There is a deep freedom in letting some things pass without giving them your life force. Not every comment deserves your answer. Not every accusation deserves your defense. Not every question deserves your private truth. Not every person deserves access to the inner rooms of your healing. When you understand this, you stop spending your sacred energy in places where nothing grows. Imagine standing at the doorway of your own peace. Every day, many things come to that door. Other people's opinions, old guilt, demands, questions, misunderstandings, emotional pressure, the need to explain, the need to prove, the need to make everyone comfortable. In the past, maybe you opened the door to all of it. You let every feeling enter. You let every reaction sit in the room of your heart. You let every voice become louder than your own. But now you are learning to become the loving guardian of that door. You can ask, does this belong in my peace? Does this deserve my energy? Does this conversation honor my healing? Does this answer need to be spoken? Or is my silence enough? These are not walls of bitterness. They are doors of wisdom. A door can open when love is present. A door can close when peace needs protection. This is healthy. This is sacred. This is how your inner world begins to feel safe again. Your body will often know before your mind is ready to admit it. The body becomes tight around people who drain you. The heart becomes heavy around conversations that repeat old pain. The mind becomes restless when it feels pulled into explaining from fear. Instead of ignoring these signs, begin to honor them. Your body is not being dramatic. Your heart is not being too sensitive. Your spirit is not trying to make life difficult. It is trying to guide you toward peace. When you feel that tightness, let it teach you. Let it say, come back. Come back to your own breath. Come back to your own truth. Come back to what feels steady. Come back before you answer. Come back before you give away more than you can afford. Come back before you abandon yourself to be accepted. This is the new way. You do not rush to speak. You do not rush to defend. You do not rush to repair someone else's discomfort at the cost of your own peace. You give yourself the dignity of inner space. You let your spirit decide from calm. And when you speak, your words carry the energy of self-respect. The more you practice returning to yourself, the less why. I'll fear other people's reactions. Not because you stop caring about people, but because you stop making their reaction the ruler of your heart. You can care and still stay grounded. You can love and still choose space. You can be gentle and still not explain. You can be respectful and still not surrender your peace. Let this become a new inner truth. I do not need to answer from fear. I do not need to defend myself to feel real. I can return to my heart before I speak. I can choose words that honor my peace. I can also choose silence when silence protects my healing. I trust myself to know the difference. You are learning a new rhythm now. A rhythm where peace comes before performance. A rhythm where your body is listened to. A rhythm where your truth does not have to run after people. A rhythm where your heart is not dragged into every emotional storm. This rhythm may feel unfamiliar at first, but it will begin to feel like home. It will begin to feel like safety. It will begin to feel like the life your soul has been asking for. And as you return to yourself again and again, you will discover something beautiful. You are not empty without everyone's approval. You are not unsafe without everyone's understanding. You are not unlovable when someone disagrees with you. You are not wrong because someone questions your healing. You are still whole. You are still guided. You are still allowed to protect your peace. One of the deepest lies many tender hearts carry is the belief that choosing peace is selfish. You may have been taught that love means always being available, always explaining, always forgiving quickly, always putting yourself last, always keeping the peace outside, even when your own heart is breaking inside. You may have learned to feel guilty when you need space. You may have learned to call your own boundary unkind. You may have learned that saying no makes you difficult. But my dear, protecting your peace is not selfish. It is sacred responsibility. You cannot heal in an environment where your peace is always being taken. You cannot grow if you are always bending yourself into shapes that make others comfortable. You cannot hear your inner guidance if your mind is full of other people's demands. You cannot become whole while abandoning yourself again and again. At some point, love must include you. At some point, kindness must include your own heart. At some point, peace must become something you stop sacrificing to keep old patterns alive. Protecting your peace does not mean you do not care about others. It means you finally understand that you matter too. It means you no longer confuse love with self-erasure. It means you stop making your nervous system pay the price for everyone else's comfort. It means you stop giving unlimited access to people who do not treat your heart with care. It means you choose healing over habit. There is a soft but powerful truth here. You are not responsible for how everyone feels about your boundary. You are irresponsible for how lovingly and clearly you honor your own truth. Someone may feel disappointed when you choose peace. Someone may not like your silence. Someone may miss the version of you that always explained, always answered, always gave in, always came back before you were ready. But their discomfort does not automatically mean you have done something wrong. Sometimes their discomfort is simply proof that a new pattern has begun. When you stop over-explaining, people who benefited from your self-doubt may feel confused. When you stop saying yes from guilt, people who expected your endless availability may feel surprised. When you stop giving your energy to old cycles, people who were used to pulling you in may feel the change. Let them feel it. You do not have to soften your healing until no one notices it. Real healing will be noticed. Real growth will change the way you show up. Real peace will change what you allow. This is not a reason to feel guilty. It is a reason to feel grateful. It means your spirit is no longer willing to live in the same cage. It means your heart is learning that it does not have to earn love through exhaustion. It means your body is learning that calm is not something to beg for, but something to protect. For many years, you may have believed that being good meant being endlessly understanding. You may have listened to people who never listened to you. You may have carried emotions that were not yours. You may have explained your heart to people who kept hurting it. You may have stayed in conversations long after your body wanted to leave. You may have made excuses for behavior that disturbed your peace, and perhaps you called it love. But love without self-respect becomes pain. Giving without boundaries becomes resentment. Understanding without protection becomes self-abandonment. Forgiveness without wisdom becomes a doorway back into the same wound. You are allowed to love with wisdom now. You are allowed to forgive without returning to the same pattern. You are allowed to care about someone and still not give them access to your peace. This is a more mature love, a love that does not need to prove itself through suffering, a love that can bless others while staying true to itself, a love that can say, I wish you well, but I will not lose myself here, a love that can say, I understand your pain, but I will not become the place where you pour it without care, a love that can say, I forgive, but I also choose peace. Protecting your peace is one of the ways you tell life you are ready for a healthier reality. When you keep allowing chaos, you teach your life that chaos is acceptable. When you keep abandoning yourself, you teach your heart that abandonment is normal. But when you protect your peace, you teach every part of your being a new message. You teach your body that it is safe to relax. You teach your mind that it does not need to live in defense. You teach your heart that it will not be left alone again. You teach your spirit that love can be full and gentle. This is why boundaries are healing. They are not punishments. They are not walls built from hate. They are lines of love. They show where your energy ends and another person's begins. They show what your heart can carry and what it can no longer hold. They show what is welcome and what must remain outside. A boundary is simply your peace speaking clearly. You may fear that if you protect your peace, people will leave. Some might. But anyone who requires you to abandon yourself in order to stay close is not offering the kind of love your healing needs. Healthy love does not ask you to be unwell so it can feel powerful. Healthy love does not need your silence to feel comfortable. Healthy love respects the space where your soul breathes. And if someone leaves because you stopped over-explaining, because you started saying no, because you chose your peace, then let that ending be held by life. Not every loss is a punishment. Some losses are protection. Some endings are openings. Some closed doors are not rejection, but release. Life may be making space for relationships, conversations, and experiences that do not require you to shrink. Do not be afraid of the space that appears when you stop giving yourself away. At first, it may feel quiet. It may feel unfamiliar. You may wonder who you are if you are not fixing, explaining, pleasing, and carrying. But that space is not emptiness. It is room. Room for your own voice. Room for your own dreams. Room for rest. Room for joy. Room for the kind of peace that has been waiting beneath all the noise. You are allowed to fill that room with gentleness. You are allowed to wake up and not carry every problem. You are allowed to go through your day without answering every demand. You are allowed to let your heart be light. You are allowed to enjoy your own life without feeling guilty that you are not constantly available to everyone else. Joy is not selfish. Rest is not selfish. Peace is not selfish. Healing is not selfish. A healed life requires choices that the old wounded self may not understand at first. The old self may say, "Explain more." The healing self says, "Enough has been said." The old self may say, "Make them like you." The healing self says, "I will stay true to myself." The old self may say, "Do not upset anyone." The healing self says, "I can allow others to feel without abandoning my peace." The old self may say, "Love means staying." The healing self says, "Love also means knowing when to step away." This is how you become free, not by becoming careless, not by becoming hard, but by becoming deeply honest about what supports your healing and what keeps you tied to pain. Let this truth sink into your heart. I am not selfish for protecting my peace. I am not wrong for needing space. I am not unloving for having boundaries. I am not cruel for saying no. I am not guilty for choosing calm. My life matters. My body matters. My heart matters. My healing matters. The more you live this truth, the more peaceful your energy becomes. You stop carrying the heaviness of every reaction. You stop making yourself responsible for every mood. You stop entering conversations where your spirit already knows there is no safety. You stop seeking approval from people who only knew how to love the version of you that had no boundaries. And slowly, your life begins to feel like it belongs to you again. This is not a small change. This is a spiritual return. You are returning to the part of you that existed before. Fear taught you to explain everything. You are returning to the part of you that knows love can be simple. You are returning to the part of you that trusts peace more than performance. You are returning to the part of you that no longer needs to bleed to prove there was a wound. Protecting your peace means you finally believe your own life is sacred. It means you stop treating your energy as something everyone can use. It means you stop treating your heart as a place where every person gets to leave their pain. It means you start living like you are worthy of calm, worthy of respect, worthy of softness, worthy of love that does not make you disappear. And you are worthy, not after you explain yourself perfectly, not after everyone understands, not after every person approves. You are worthy now. You are allowed to choose peace now. You are allowed to heal now. There is power in the words you choose to live with. Every day, your mind is repeating something. It may be repeating old fear. It may be repeating guilt. It may be repeating the need to explain, the need to prove, the need to be understood. Or it can begin repeating peace. It can begin repeating self-trust. It can begin repeating the truth that you are safe to belong to yourself. Your words are not small. They shape the atmosphere inside you. The way you speak to yourself becomes the way your body feels. The way you speak to yourself becomes the way your heart opens or closes. The way you speak to yourself becomes the path your mind walks again and again. So now, as you heal, you are choosing new words. Words that do not pull you back into fear. Words that bring you home. Say within your heart, "My peace matters." Let those words become a new foundation. My peace matters when others disagree. My peace matters when someone misunderstands me. My peace matters when I feel the old pull to explain. My peace matters when I am tired. My peace matters when a conversation becomes heavy. My peace matters because I matter. Let the next truth rise gently inside you. I trust myself. These are simple words, but they heal something deep. For every time you doubted your feelings, I trust myself. For every time you asked someone else to approve your truth, I trust myself. For every time you ignored your body to keep the peace outside you, I trust myself. For every time you stayed too long in a conversation that hurt, I trust myself. For every new choice you are learning to make, I trust myself. Self-trust is not built by being perfect. It is built by returning. Returning to your heart, returning to your body, returning to your truth, returning after you forgot, returning after you explained too much, returning after you gave your energy away, returning without shame. Every return says, I am here now, I am listening now, I choose myself now. Let these words become part of your new inner language. I do not need to explain my healing to everyone. Your healing is allowed to be private. Your growth is allowed to be quiet. Your peace is allowed to be protected. You do not need to tell every person why you are different now. You do not need to describe every wound that taught you to change. You do not need to open your soul for people who only want to question it. I can be kind and still have boundaries. This truth is important because many gentle hearts believe kindness means having no limits. But real kindness includes honesty. Real kindness includes clarity. Real kindness includes the courage to not create false peace. You can speak softly and still be firm. You can love deeply and still step back. You can wish someone well and still not give them the same access to your life. I release the need to be understood by every person. Let this one move deeply through your spirit. You are releasing a heavy burden. The burden of trying to control every opinion. The burden of trying to correct every wrong idea. The burden of trying to make people see your heart when they are not willing to look with love. You release it now. You let life hold what you cannot fix. You let people think what they think. You stay close to your peace. I am safe to choose peace. This is the truth your body may need to hear again and again. Because the old wound may believe peace is dangerous if others are not pleased. The old wound may believe choosing yourself will lead to rejection. The old wound may believe silence means loss. But your healing self knows better now. You are safe to choose peace. You are safe to stop explaining. You are safe to honor your limits. You are safe to let your calm come first. I am allowed to protect my heart. Your heart has carried so much. It has tried to understand everyone. It has tried to forgive quickly. It has tried to stay open even when it was tired. It has tried to make love work in places where love did not feel safe. Now your heart deserves protection. Not a hard protection that closes you to life, but a loving protection that chooses where you open. You are allowed to protect your heart because your heart is sacred. Let these affirmations become a gentle river inside you, not forced, not heavy, not spoken to impress anyone, simply lived. My peace matters. I trust myself. I do not need to explain my healing to everyone. I can be kind and still have boundaries. I release the need to be understood by every person. I am safe to choose peace. I am allowed to protect my heart. As these words settle, notice how they change the way you hold yourself. Your shoulders do not have to carry every decision. Your throat does not have to prepare every defense. Your mind does not have to create endless explanations. Your heart does not have to stand at the door of every person asking to be let in with care. You can let care begin inside you. This is the power of a new inner voice. The old voice may say, "Explain so they do not leave." The new voice says, "Those meant for me will respect my peace." The old voice may say, "Make them understand." The new voice says, "I understand myself." The old voice may say, "If they are upset, I am unsafe." The new voice says, "I can remain safe within myself." The old voice may say, "Your boundary is too much." The new voice says, "My peace is not too much." Every time you choose the new voice, you create a new pathway inside your mind. Every time you speak to yourself with love, your body receives a new message. Every time you honor your own peace, your heart learns that you will not leave it again. This is how healing becomes real. It moves from words into choices, from choices into habits, from habits into a new way of being. You may still have days when the old pattern feels strong. You may still over-explain sometimes. You may still feel guilty after choosing a boundary. You may still wonder what someone thinks. This does not mean you have failed. It means you are human. It means a deep pattern is being softened. It means you are learning to live from peace in a world that often taught you to live from fear. Be gentle with yourself. Gentleness is part of the healing. Do not turn affirmations into another way to judge yourself. Use them as a hand to hold. Use them as a light to return to. Use them as a soft reminder that you are growing. When guilt appears, say, "I can feel guilt," and still choose what is healthy. When fear appears, say, "I can feel fear and still stay loyal to my peace." When the need to explain appears, say, "I can notice this need and not obey it." When someone misunderstands you, say, "I release the need to control their view of me." When your heart feels tender, say, "I am here for myself now." These words are medicine for the old places inside you. They bring warmth where there was fear. They bring space where there was pressure. They bring calm where there was old panic. They remind you that your relationship with yourself is the first relationship your healing depends on. Let your self-trust become stronger than your fear of being misunderstood. Let your peace become stronger than your need to be approved. Let your inner knowing become stronger than the noise around you. Let your healed self lead the way. And as this happens, you may begin to notice how different life feels. You no longer enter every conversation as if you must defend your right to exist. You no longer treat every question like a command. You no longer open your heart to people who have shown they cannot hold it with care. You no longer make your worth depend on being easy to understand. You begin to stand in your life with a quiet strength. This quiet strength says, "I know who I am becoming. I know what peace feels like. I know what drains me. I know what supports me. I know when to speak. I know when to step back. I know that my healing is real even when others cannot see it. I know that I am allowed to protect the life I am building." Let the affirmations continue to move softly through your day. Let them become the way you answer old fear. Let them become the way you return to yourself. Let them become the way you close the door on cycles that no longer serve you. Let them become the way you open the door to peace. You are not here to explain yourself into being loved. You are here to love yourself so deeply that you no longer accept relationships, conversations, or patterns that require you to disappear. You are not here to prove your peace. You are here to live it. You are not here to win every argument. You are here to heal beyond the need to argue for your own worth. Now, my dear, let all of this gather softly in your heart. You have spent enough time explaining what hurt. You have spent enough time defending what your soul already knows. You have spent enough time trying to make others understand why you needed peace. And now life is inviting you into a new way, a softer way, a freer way, a way where you no longer give your sacred energy to every question, every judgment, every misunderstanding, every old cycle that calls your name. You do not need to prove your pain for it to be real. You do not need to prove your exhaustion for rest to be allowed. You do not need to prove your heart was wounded before you begin to protect it. You do not need to prove your healing before it is worthy of respect. Your life is not a court. Your soul is not on trial. Your peace does not need witnesses. Let peace be your answer now. Not because you have nothing to say, but because you have finally learned that some things no longer need to be defended. Let peace be your answer when the old need to explain rises. Let peace be your answer when someone does not understand your change. Let peace be your answer when guilt tries to pull you back into self-abandonment. Let peace be your answer when your mind wants to write a long speech, but your heart is asking for rest. Peace does not always look loud. Sometimes it looks like not replying from fear. Sometimes it looks like choosing a simple sentence instead of a long explanation. Sometimes it looks like letting someone be wrong about you. Sometimes it looks like walking away from the conversation that keeps cutting the same wound. Sometimes it looks like placing your hand over your own heart and remembering, I know the truth. I know what I need. I am safe with myself. There is a life waiting for you beyond over-explaining. A life where your mornings are not filled with the weight of yesterday's arguments. A life where your body is not always tight from defending your heart. A life where your energy is not spent trying to make everyone approve of you or healing. A life where your silence feels peaceful instead of guilty. A life where your boundaries feel like love instead of fear. This life begins with small choices. Choosing not to reopen what has already been made clear. Choosing not to give more words where respect is missing. Choosing not to betray your body when it says enough. Choosing not to make another person's reaction more important than your inner calm. Choosing to believe that your peace is worthy of protection. You are allowed to stop explaining yourself to everyone. You are allowed to let your life become quieter. You are allowed to keep your healing sacred. You are allowed to grow in private. You are allowed to let some people misunderstand the version of you that no longer lives for their approval. You are allowed to become peaceful without asking permission. And as you do, your heart will begin to trust you again. It will know that you are no longer going to drag it into every old pattern. It will know that you are no longer going to hand it to people who do not hold it gently. It will know that when peace calls, you will listen. It will know that when your body says stop, you will honor it. It will know that when your soul says this is not for me, you will believe it. This is healing. It is not always dramatic. It is not always seen by others. Sometimes healing is simply the moment you do not explain again. Sometimes healing is the message you do not send. Sometimes healing is the argument you do not enter. Sometimes healing is the breath that stays soft in your chest because you chose not to give your peace away. Sometimes healing is letting your own heart be enough. You are not behind because you are still learning this. You are not weak because the old pattern still calls you. You are not failing because some days feel harder than others. You are growing. You are changing. You are remembering that peace was always your natural home. You are learning to return there without guilt. So let this be the truth you carry forward. I choose peace without apology. I protect my heart with love. I release the need to explain myself to everyone. I trust my inner knowing. I allow others to have their opinions without giving them my calm. I am safe to be misunderstood. I am safe to be quiet. I am safe to heal. Let these words become a soft covering over your life. Let them follow you into the conversations you no longer need to enter. Let them stand beside you when guilt tries to return. Let them guide your voice when you do speak. Let them hold your heart when silence is the wisest answer. Let them remind you that you are not here to be understood by every person. You are here to live in truth, love, and peace. You have explained enough. You have defended enough. You have carried enough. Now let peace carry you. Let calm return to your body. Let your mind rest from the need to prove. Let your heart feel safe in your own care. Let your life become a place where your soul can breathe again. From now on, may your peace be protected. And may your heart be honored. May your words come from calm, not fear. May your silence feel like safety, not guilt. May your boundaries feel like love, not loss. May you trust yourself more deeply each day. May you stop explaining what your soul already knows. May you heal in the quiet, beautiful way life has been calling you toward. And remember, my dear, you are allowed to choose peace even when others do not understand. You are allowed to protect your heart even when someone questions it. You are allowed to stop explaining and start healing. You are safe. You are worthy. You are loved, and your peace belongs to you.